are you? What is happening? Happy Monday, man. I'm so happy to have you today. You know why? You survived the weekend. Or are you one of those people who says, I survived the work week. I'm glad it's the week. Which one are you? I'm usually lucky to survive the weekend. I need a break on Monday, which is why I don't schedule Mondays. It's a good thing. Goals, distractions, success paths. How do they work together for you and against you? We'll talk about that a little bit today. Keep you on track if I can. That's most of my job. It's a daily boost from motivationtomove.com, the positive boost you need every single day. No matter what gets in the way, we're going to stand up, take a step, and repeat. Just keep going until we get what we want, because that's how you do it. Climb one mountain at a time. Just keep on climbing. Keep trying to figure stuff out. I cannot tell you how many people are just trying to figure stuff out. I had a call. I see his first name, Jake. And he had scheduled a call with me. He's a listener, became a premium member as well. I didn't know that at the time. But he scheduled a call, got on the phone, and we're chatting about it. And it was so cool to see him just kind of be stuck. Really, well, okay, it wasn't cool to see that, but it was cool to see him get unstuck. And so many folks in this world have this it's distractions, it's indecision, it's what people think you should be doing, and they said you would be good at this and you should do it. It stops you in your tracks. It's what you thought you ought to be doing, and it wasn't what you expected. That's why I got out of radio. I thought I was always going to be in radio, and I realized radio to me was spending 5 hours a day locked in a little room talking to myself, and it was like, well, that's not my thing. I need to do something a little bit different. But it was neat to have a conversation and to see him on Zoom and to see the pure relaxation, just the smile on his face. Not that I did anything special or fancy, but because he stepped up and got some validation that what he was thinking was actually okay. So this show is all about getting you to think it's actually okay. And then moving on a path that will change your life. It's mostly up to you, not maybe a little bit up to me, but almost always up to you completely. I say who it was? I don't remember. My name is Scott Smith. I'm the founder and the chief motivating officer here at motivationtomove.com. I'm sure happy to have you here today. Mondays, the question always is, have you done your homework? Homework is this. It's real simple. Scott, what's my assignment? Give me my assignment. I shall do it. I'm good at it. Give me a goal. Give me a mission. Tell me what to do. I'll do it. Okay. When the show's over today, get your piece of paper out. Ask your question. How's my life going? Defend what's good. Eliminate what's bad. Stop fiddling around in the middle. I will tell you, come real close here, okay? What's good is going to change. What's bad is not going to go away till you make it go away. And what's in the middle is probably 95% of what's bugging you because you haven't made a decision to go this way or that way. Until you sit down, open yourself up to it, and maybe write it down, it won't change. So let's change it. Let's start it today. We only have like maybe 6 or 7 minutes left in the show. After that, you can take a minute or two to yourself, okay? Do your homework. How's my life going? I call it the goal paradox. Goals, they're good for you, do them. Distractions, they're going to happen. Distractions, you're just focused in the wrong direction, that's all. Wait a second, Scott. If I'm distracted, I'm not focused. Yes, you are. You're focused on something else. The path of success. What is the path of success? As if there is one. There is. You watch other people. If you came to me and said, Scott, what's the path to being a podcaster with 70 plus million downloads and almost 5,000 episodes? And what's the path to having sponsors and making money and building your whole life in the way you want on a podcast? Well, okay, great. I will tell you everything I know. I will give you every single detail you want. If you'll sit down and ask me, I will give you every single thing, how to do it exactly successfully, the path I took, if I remember it. Because I don't remember every step I took. Because there's nuance in between the lines. So the success path is different for everybody. And you'll pick up on different paths, you'll make them your own, and you'll follow that path, and you'll get where you want to go. But it's confusing, isn't it? Let me ask you a second. Do you have a long-term goal that you've written down on paper? A computer file, or is it just in your mind? Is that goal that you want so much, could that goal be a distraction? I'll tell you what, I run into a lot of people. And that's why I want to talk about this goal paradox and this distractions to this path of success, is that folks have these goals. And I learned this lesson because I would sit down and have a moment. Usually it's around the first of the year, right? And I dump everything onto a Word doc and I write down my goals for the next year, 10 years, 5 years, whatever. And I put it away and I forget about it. And 5 years later, I pulled it out. And the first thing I noticed right away is that I have done a lot of what I wrote down. Didn't even know I was doing it. It just happened. The second thing is that my mind has been spent for 5 years thinking I was going to do something that I don't want to do anyway. It becomes a distraction. So here's what I see. I see people set these goals, they get to work on stuff, momentum's building, and they decide once they get success to take a shortcut. It's a leap of faith to go for what they want. And here's what happens. If that goal that was on the piece of paper, that thing you thought you ought to be doing, that's been dominating and distracting you from what you should be doing, what you like doing, what you know is in your heart must happen, it totally pulls you off track. And you never get to what you really wanted. Now, let me back up just a second here, because I just realized I probably confused you because I just confused me. The reality is this, is that there are things in your mind about goals, about what you want to do in your life that have been installed by somebody, not you. Or maybe after a couple of bottles of wine, you installed them in yourself. What were you thinking? I'm just saying, how many times have I looked in the mirror and said, what are you thinking, dummy? Well, I thought I wanted to do it. My mom said I'd be great at that. That guy over there said, if you'll only do this, you'll succeed. And I went after that for 5 years and I didn't want to succeed because I didn't really want it. And the dreams fade away. So why does this happen? Well, building towards success requires that you build self-esteem and excitement. And it's really tempting to disrupt the day-to-day process that has gotten you where you are and let it be replaced by the things that you think you want to be doing. And before you know it, you're meandering. You're stuck like Jake was stuck. The world told him what he ought to do. Society told him what he ought to do. He wrote things down. He went after it. He did it. And yet it just wasn't working out. This paradox of these goals you set were distracting him from his path. How do you fix this? Well, the simple fix, and frankly, the only fix that I've ever found, is to be brutally honest with yourself. Stop lying to yourself. Look at whatever you think you want to do and say, do I really want to do that? It's a simple answer, yes or no. I don't need you to give me an essay on it. I just need you to say yes or no. If you can't say yes or no, then my guess is it's probably no. Because if you really wanted to do it, it would be a yes, wouldn't it? And if it was a yes, the next question is, why am I not going after it? And the fact is, you're probably not, because you're distracted by everything that you think you want to do. So get real, get honest, stop lying to yourself. You're going to do it or you're not. Eventually you'll figure that out. You may as well figure that out today. All right, little meandering mess here today, but do what we do. Make a point where we can. I promise tomorrow I'll be less distracted. All right, do me a favor, come to Facebook. dailyboostpodcast.com/Facebook is where you'll find me. Also, if you are a Daily Boost Premium member, I see you on my list of premium members every single day, and I see your names. Most of you I've never met, I don't know, but thank you for supporting what I do. I appreciate you being there. If you're not, I'll appreciate you too if you are. I like you anyway, but I'd like you more if you are. Go to dailyboostpremium.com, get signed up, get this thing commercial free, and the Boost coaching calls and the daily text message and the emails and all the stuff I do for you, because it's what I do, and I'll appreciate it. I'll see you tomorrow right here on the Daily Boost.